It's Brian Preston, the Money Guy.
Okay, Anthony has a question. He says he's 51 and he's thinking about not just saving for the future anymore. He says, should I use some of my life savings to pay for grandkids' college? Should he be putting that away for them? Is that something that he should think about? Just in general, first of all, but secondly, because college is becoming extremely expensive. So A, they might need the help, but B, will it be worth it? Is that going to be the path that they take? So how should he think about that decision?
It's interesting, Anthony. I am a parent. I've not yet had the pleasure of being a grandparent. From what I understand, it's a lot more fun. We just got back.
That's what I hear.
We just got back from the beach, me and my siblings and my parents. It was great. We have a bunch of little kids, little cousins running around. And my grandparents were like on cloud 9. And I think they were on cloud 9 because they got a week of just this insane craziness. And then all of us parents took the kids back
like,
home.
bye.
So it's wonderful. Yeah. I know how much I love and dote on my kids. I can only imagine that is like multiplied times a million when it comes to grandkids. And so naturally, our bent is, how can I help this person? How can I provide an opportunity for my grandchild so they can do whatever in the world they want? That's like a natural thing that exists. Well, the answer to whether you should do that really depends on your financial situation, your financial circumstance. How shored up are you? How well is your plan put in place? Because Anthony, at 51, I'm going to assume you're still working. Let's say that you're going to want to retire at 65. Your number one priority needs to make sure that you can provide for yourself for the rest of your life. It's counterintuitive, but that should be priority number one. It's no different than when we get on an airplane, what do they always tell you, right?
Put your oxygen mask on first and then the other person.
That's exactly right.
Same thing.
Again, I've been blessed. I've never been in a situation where I've had to do that and like put mine on before my kids. But I like to think that I would. It's been like drilled into me. Your financial life is the exact same way. One of the best gifts that you can give to your children or to your grandchildren is not being a burden on them later in life because you ran out of money, because you didn't plan well. Now, it's not uncommon, Anthony, maybe you're in a very solid financial situation, and if you were a client of ours, what I would do is say, okay, hey, let's run this through a simulator. Say, okay, well, how much are you going to save? How much are we going to start putting aside for college? Are we going to save that just like in a brokerage account where it's still there to access? Or are we going to like commit to 529 assets and determine what kind of impact does that have on your financial life? If you can afford to do it without sacrificing your financial viability, then yeah, maybe that's okay. If doing so would actually be a detriment to your financial health and well-being, I think you have to avoid doing that. Now, here's an aside. Saving for college for grandkids is great. A lot of times we see parents and grandparents who really love to provide a safety net or like a supplemental income to their kids and their children. It's so great. We love the book, The Millionaire Next Door, written by Dr. Thomas Stanley and Dr. Stanley and Dr. Danko. And one of the things they talk about are like these 7 traits of millionaires. Well, one of the traits of millionaires is that they have adult children that are self-sufficient, that are not receiving economic outpatient care. Mm-hmm. And the other thing that's really interesting is they themselves never received economic outpatient care from their parents. So college is a little bit different, but if you can raise children and grandchildren that can stand on their own feet, that can make their own financial decisions, that can provide their own path, you're probably doing a lot more for them than shelling out dollars and supplementing their lifestyle and creating something that's going to be very hard for them to keep up if you cannot keep that up.
Yeah.